Off. So as usual, please type in any questions for today. I've got a few questions already. So if you can type in any questions or anything that you want to cover today, that would be great. We will crack on. So there's a couple of, I can see a few new joiners today. So thank you for coming. Welcome. As people have heard me say every day so far, I'm probably getting a bit sick of it. But I've put this together so that we can get like-minded people on the call and just share our experiences, our wins, what's working, what's not working. Basically just throw stuff out there and just get some ideas. It might trigger some other thoughts amongst the group in these unusual times. So I'm going to start now. So let me just change what I'm sharing right now. I'm just going to draw one of my terrible diagrams. I'm afraid you're going to have to put up with that one. So, okay, if you can raise your hands once you can see my iPad screen. Should say blank page of basic org chart. Excellent, thanks guys. Okay, so what I want to do today is just talk through, I really like to keep things simple as possible. If I understand them, then I believe everyone else definitely will do. But I just think if we overcomplicate things, we're in a world that overcomplicates things relentlessly, right? So if we can keep it simple, chances are we're going to actually get this shit done, right? So I just want to draw the most basic org chart. Now, looking at the list, we've got a real variance of businesses on here of different sizes, different sectors. So just for the sake of this and keeping it really simple, it does work with any business, right? So I'm going to draw a really basic org chart. So this is you up here, okay? So as the MD, the CEO, whatever you guys want to call yourselves. And then this is a little exercise that I want you to do even now. Hopefully now you can take a bit of time, or you can also do it offline. So this is your marketing here, okay? This is your sales team. This is your ops team. And this is your financial director. Now, some people will be sitting here saying, yeah, I've got more teams than that. I've got more staff than that. So this is irrelevant. But actually, let's just keep it really basic and say that you've only got these 4 departments right now. It's the most basic a business is going to be. And to be honest, most things fall into these categories, pretty much everything. And if you're sitting there as a one-person band, that's cool, because that's probably you doing all of those, right? So the questions that I'm going to ask now are going to be the same whether you're a one-person band or a multi-million-pound national company. So let's have a look. Let's just have a look at marketing first. So, how out of 10, what would you score yourself on how you're doing marketing? How good is it right now? Are you getting the leads that you want? Are you being creative? Are you are you coming up with different ways of doing it? Are you using social media? I said yesterday, I think it was, when just to say we do social media, that's not enough. You need set strategies within that, right? So sorry, bear with me one second. I've just had something come in. Okay, so what are you doing in your marketing? What are your results? Are you testing and measuring this? Do you know it? If I said to you, okay, so strategy A, how much money are you spending on that? What's your lead generation? So if everyone can just score themselves out of 10 and raise their hands once they've done that, and I'll move on. If there's any questions on that, then give me a shout. Excellent. Okay, that's almost everybody. Cool. Okay, then let's have a look at sales. How are you at sales? When your marketing's coming through, when your lead is generated, how good are you at converting that lead? Do you have scripts? Do you have, and I'm not talking about robotic scripts, I'm just talking about normal scripts that you've got to follow. Do you know the terminology to use to get a client to buy it, not for you to sell it, right? Whatever it is, your experience, your product, your service, whatever it is. And how good are your sales guys working right now? And even if that's you, how good are you at sales? So if you can raise your hand once you've scored yourself out of 10. Okay, still coming in. Cool. Okay, and then look at the ops. Now the ops comes into, there's a whole load of things in ops, right? So, how are you delivering your product or your experience, your service, whatever it is? How are you delivering that? How good is that? How unique are you? Are your clients happy? Is it slick? Do you have systems and processes in place? So as soon as that sale is converted, how is that client looked after? How is your backroom staff or your operational staff working on that? So score yourself out of 10 on that again. If you can raise your hands once you've done that. Okay, cool. And the next one is your financial director. So how well do you know your numbers? Do you have your monthly P&L right now? You should probably be having a weekly P&L as well as a monthly P&L, right? Because we're in a really weird time at the moment. Your balance sheet, your cash flows, your break evens. Do you know what time of day that you break even on certain businesses? Do you know monthly when you break even? Have you got your KPIs in place, your cash flow forecast, all of those things? How good are you with your financials? I know it's something that a lot of people cringe at. I'm certainly not an accountant, but I certainly know the financials that I need to know to be able to run my businesses. So score yourselves out of 10 and raise your hands on that. Cool. So does anyone, how should we do this? Should we ask someone to share their scores if they want to share it or not? I mean, otherwise I can just talk through. The whole point of this is it really strips it back and is really basic, right? That, what is it? Where's the weak link here? Now, if your marketing here is weak, if you're getting a 3 or a 4 or something like that, and your sales guys is an 8, try and have these conversations with yourself that the sales guys are saying, we're converting 80% of our business, of our leads right now, but the marketing guys just aren't coming up with the goods. The lead generation, there just isn't enough numbers. Now, like I say, it could be that you're just a one-person band, and that's fine. Have those conversations with yourself. Sounds like I'm encouraging you to be a bit crazy, but your financial director, if he's scoring quite highly right now, he's coming to you as an MD, just saying, look, we're doing everything we need to, but we're just not making enough money. And then you look along the line, is it the ops guys that are letting you down? Are you getting a lot of jobs that you're having to go back to? Are you not making enough money on those jobs? Are your products priced incorrectly, or are they not niche enough? Is your sales staff are you generating loads of leads? Your marketing might be a 9 out of 10. You might be phenomenal at marketing, but really crap at selling, right? So, it's about being brutally honest with yourself and seeing it in as basic a fashion as possible. And then after that, really have a look at yourself up here. And as I said, depending, I can see some of the people on the line, is yourself or just, a small team of 2 and 3. There's other people on here with much, much larger teams and businesses. So the rule applies. How good are you right now as an MD, as a CEO? Because basically you own all of this. So how good are you at communicating with those guys, or being brutally honest with yourself that you're just not doing enough marketing, or you're just not good enough at sales? It's that whole thing when I've said, you've probably heard me say it before, when people say they're crap at sales, and you say, well, how many webinars you've been on, how many training sessions, how many coaching sessions you had, how many books you read on sales, and they say none, and you go, well, of course you're crap at sales, right? So, how score yourself out of 10 on that, and be honest. How good are you? Because really, as a business owner, when you've actually got a business that's working, you should be spending pretty much, or not, if not all of your time in that section. Okay. So what the actions points from this, and the reason I'm showing you this really is just to say, what can you do? What actions can you take to make this maybe, let's not go from a 3 to a 9. That's totally unrealistic. But let's go. What would it take to go to a 4 or 5? What skills? And this is what I went through the other day. What skills do you need to learn to be a better marketer or to understand marketing a bit more? You know, what processes can you put in place here that's going to change you from, you know, maybe whatever you've scored, just to go up by 1 point. You know, if you can go up 1 point each way, and then you get to that stage and that becomes your norm, and then you can work out again, what else do I need to do to keep improving? It's about making those small incremental improvements. Does that make sense to everyone? If everyone can raise their hand, if I've just rambled, or if that's making sense, you can raise your hand. Brilliant. Okay. Got some questions coming in as well. Keep those coming in, guys, if they're coming in. So, you know, that's what I wanted to show you today. And really just, if you've got any questions around that, I'm going to open it up for questions as we do every day. And if you've got questions on how to improve your scores on here, then please fire away. If not, we've got some other questions to answer. And you know, if you've got anything unrelated, then please share. So I'm just going to switch my screen back.